Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Grifter Wars begun they have. And what an amazing, exciting time for all of us. And truly frightening as well. Welcome back to the Relief Valve podcast. We've been following the Erica Kirk, Candace Owens, to a lesser degree than everybody else, but it is certainly, the uptick is certainly happening at this point. Erica Kirk has more directly responded to Candace Owens at this point, not naming her out by name and giving her the validation that Candace is looking for. But she did reference everything that that Candace is doing more specifically. And I say truly frightening because the lying and grifting powers of these... This wasn't too bad, right? The lying, grifting powers of these two women has the potential to not only destroy us, but the entire planet. I can only hope to attain the level of narcissism and manipulation that these women are capable of. Only in the wildest dreams of men and beasts could you potentially reach the heights of what these two women are capable of. So we'll start with Erica Kirk fighting out of the blue corner. Erica Kirk, the disingenuous widow, in my opinion, who has just been living her best life in my opinion, since her husband is out of the way. And the fake crying, I cannot deal with it. I can't watch videos of it. I can't tolerate it. The fake eye dabbing, at some point her PR team said dabbing one eye isn't enough. It just makes it seem like you have some sort of medical deficiency in which a person is only able to cry out of one eye because both tear ducts don't work. So if you remember in her early on videos, she would only dab one eye. To fight back the tears that were not coming. You could watch the video and very clearly see dry eyes. But she dabbed the one eye you have to be very performative. And also when talking about Charlie, every time she'd mention Charlie, she'd look up. Can you imagine how exhausting that is if you go out for your day-to-day and you run your errands and you look up, your little performative thing, every time you discuss Charlie? You walk into your bank and go, "Hi, I'm here to look into myself and Charlie's bank account. I was just wondering the balance of myself and Charlie's bank account." Fuck off! So finally her PR team said, you really should dab both eyes. No, only reptilians cry out of one eye. In fact, they're not capable of crying. They had like artificial tear ducts placed in. So you need to dab both. So now you'll see when she's at interviews, she will dab both eyes. Both completely dry eyes. Nothing is happening there. Talking about Charlie. And then she goes to interviews and podcasts and different things, and she's like, isn't everything wonderfully wonderful? Like, who grieves like that? Who does that? Well, Matt, the thing is everybody grieves differently. No one grieves like that. No one. Unless you're the one that killed the other person, then you fucking grieve like that. I'm not saying that she did. I'm not saying she was complicit in it. I'm making comparative points. So then they have the funeral for Charlie Kirk, and it was a WWE event. That is what I expect when I watch WrestleMania. Just the fireworks and performative, and that man, I forgive that man. But in the meantime, you're going to tear... You forgive the murderer of your husband, but you're going to tear Candace Owens a new one? I mean, just the power and the evil of these women is nigh unmatched. It's like the most powerful Sith Lords that you possibly could not beat. It is the Emperor and it is Darth Vader. And you're wondering, how do I take care of this? On the other side of that, you have one of the biggest liars and grifters, fakers, storytellers, and flip-floppers that is potentially that the universe has ever seen in Candace Owens. She has started off as a leftist and creating doxing pages for influential people, and you would go after the other people that were going after them or something and put their home address and everything on blast. She's made fake claims about being called things and tried to sue people unsuccessfully. And then when the left-wing grift wasn't working anymore, she becomes a staunch right-wing conservative and joins the Trump movement until she's betrayed. She's not invited into Trump's inner circle, and then proceeds to turn on him because he has betrayed her. And then she turns on conservatism, becoming chaotic neutral. And now she's trying to tear the entire thing down. I mean, if she cannot be the queen of TPUSA, she will destroy it in its entirety. This, between these two women, is almost like a Game of Thrones episode where Erica Kirk ended up with, being Cersei and getting the crown, and these other women that were supposed to get the crown or were supposed to be on the inside track ended up getting the boot out of the kingdom, and now their only goal is to destroy everyone that was potentially involved in it, and if necessary, destroy the kingdom as well. This is what is turned into between the battle of these two women, the battle of the grifters and the liars. And I'm absolutely here from it. Again, this may destroy our very existence and reality, but I am here for it. So let's get into... First, Erica Kirk was on, is this show called Outnumbered? It's on Fox News. So you got this fake bitch right here. She's doing an interview. Erica Kirk, the other fake bitch, is over here. And then she's, I'll if I have to, I'll fast forward to the part because it's a shorter clip than what this is. She's asked about those people who are spreading this information and that information and doing what they're doing.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing?
You have a lot more than one thing. You have all the things. You have a multi-million-dollar company while you're going on podcasts and just smiling and laughing your ass off.
My children have one thing. Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular.
Will the Undertaker rise from it at a WWE event?
Basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that, but this is my husband. I didn't. I'm not a follower of TPUSA. I don't give a shit about it. I also was not a fan of Charlie Kirk. He was an insider, a political insider, that, in my opinion, that was driving the narrative for his and TPUSA's own political means. And they would say some things that the general public would agree with. And that's what these monsters of politics do, right? They're behind the scenes. They're pushing their own narrative. They've got the president's number on speed dial. They can make a phone call and help to change things in one direction or another. Things that you and I, as regular old Joey Bag of Donuts, could never hope to have. And these large companies are able to do their part to manipulate what happens within this country of their own accord. And grifters like Charlie Kirk were able to do the same thing. He had his bullshit show. He went and did his bullshit rounds at colleges and answering questions and crap. And he had a direct line to President Trump. They talk about, it's so horrible what happened. He was going to be the next president. No one thought that. I do politics on a regular basis. I follow this on a regular basis. No one thought he was going to be the next president. I certainly never thought that, and I never would have voted for him. It's horrible what happened to him. It's disgusting what happened to him. And he was, I have to guess, he was trying to do some good in the world. I have to guess that. Not being in his head and not knowing the detailed inner workings of TPUSA. I have to guess he was making some sort of insight, but it is the people who should have the power to move our government and our country in the ways that we see fit. Not one large organization and not one asshole that's the head of the organization with a podcast.
And I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the hand-picked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We're all grieving in our own way. And
I think there was another saying from that book of I had forgotten about. Here it is.
You sit there and you thump your Bible
I think
you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
Oh, hell yeah! Give me a break with the fucking Bible verses. All right.
they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard, and I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there.
I'll ask, does anyone think she's really trying to just, like, ask the questions and find it out? I mean, I'm not there. I don't know her work schedule. But it seems like she's too busy traveling, building the company, as she says in this interview, and growing TPUSA to be like, hey, do you remember that your husband was murdered and we're trying to get all the facts on it? Really? We haven't figured that out? Oh, whoopsie poopsie.
So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that.
We're building? I don't have time for that. I don't have time to find out who killed Charlie. I'm just, he's gone and I have to live my best life now. I don't know.
But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
But when you go after my family, my
Which
Turning
family?
Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love,
Turning Point USA
and
family.
you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love.
So that's where she more directly gets into, you're making hundreds and thousands. That's the grift that Candace has going on.
Because somehow they're in on this. No.
I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial.
It's not okay and it's not healthy. No, being a fake widow isn't healthy. That's one of the things that isn't healthy.
Judicial system.
It's judicial
I
system.
do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
She said hell.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in.
I don't care what box you in, motherfucker.
Are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats.
They are human, and these humans are making millions on Charlie Kirk's death. Rich humans.
In our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord.
If I was there that day or had known about it. But anyway, moving on.
That I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day? They are rocked to the core.
They are so rocked to the core that it appears that they are perfectly fine and it is business as usual. That's how much of their core has been rocked.
Analyzed, hyper-analyzed.
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean, I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what? The conspiracy collection. Get it before Christmas.
Yeah, my rings are only worth like $10 million. I don't understand what everyone's talking about. This one's solid gold with 50 diamonds. This one's solid gold with 500 micro diamonds. I really don't understand what the big deal is. Just get it before Christmas. No, the rest of us are fucking working to pay our mortgage, bitch.
Seriously, if you want to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been through the ringer of people will call you whatever they want to call you.
Yeah, that's called free speech. And by the way, you have a multi-million-dollar company that is out there in the limelight, in the public sphere that you interact with on a regular basis. You are out there smiling and laughing in the public sphere, and the public has a right to respond to it, have an emotion about it, and discuss it. If you wanted a private life, you should have been private. I went online, I have discussions, I make videos. That now makes it so people can discuss me, or people can discuss my video. That is what I've done. The one thing you'll notice I don't do is put my family online. My girlfriend, my children, I don't do that. Why? Because the family is off limits. The discussion, the battle, whatever it is, it will be had between you and I. 1-on-1 or 3-on-3 or whatever PvP server we're going into. That is how it's going to happen. If you don't like it and you didn't want to be there, you should not have stepped in the limelight, put the crown on, and then said, send me your donations and send me your money. I'll tell you something. After he was killed, I was getting automated text messages from TPUSA asking me if I'd be willing to support and donate. I have never subscribed to TPUSA. I have never been a supportive member. I have never followed or given a shit about Charlie or Erica Kirk. I've never watched one full episode of his show other than watching a clip. I've never watched one full debate of him at a college. Only small clips. I had nothing to do with it. But a donation text message found its way into my cell phone anyway. Could I help, and would I be willing to stand up with them and help them continue to flourish and grow after Charlie Kirk's murder? And I'm not even a damn supporter.
From the perspective of a grieving widow.
Now we're going to move on to, so that was the Queen that has taken over the empire. Now we're going to do the wanted heir apparent, the one that maybe hated Charlie Kirk, or maybe was in love with him, or maybe had a love-hate relationship. The lying, grifting queen who's angry that the crown did not come into her hands. This was her initial response after Erica's that you just saw.
Well, now you're going to have to prove that you have the ability to be a CEO and a chairman, and not just a wife who we expect emotion from. And you're rightful clip. In that capacity. You are rightful to have emotion. You are rightful to be the aggrieved widow, but you don't get to just be widowed into the position of chairman and CEO. You don't.
Why not? She was the wife of Charlie Kirk. The wife is entitled to everything the husband had. Why would she not be widowed into it? And, here, this is what happened. The board, and people really aren't talking about this, the board of directors of TPUSA voted unanimously to make Erica Kirk president, the CEO of Turning Point USA. She didn't automatically assume the mantle. The board was behind her on this directive. Now, in fairness for that, can you imagine what would have happened to TPUSA if they said, we're so sorry about what you went through, but we're going to go ahead and choose one of our senior board members to take over the company. It won't be you, Erica. You'll receive dividends. You'll receive what is rightfully yours from TPUSA, but you will not be stepping up and taking a leadership role. Could you imagine when all of that information, when the board's decision was released to the public? Can you imagine what would have happened to TPUSA? It would have been gutted and destroyed at that point, because everyone would have said the logical decision, regardless of anyone's thoughts and feelings over all of this. How could you not make Erica Kirk the CEO? How could you not allow the grieving wife to take over the company and continue her husband's legacy? It would have been the political death toll of TPUSA to not have made that decision. So, of course, she was widowed into the leadership. But what Candace does here is show that she's angry that Erica got the throne and she did not.
Don't get to respond to, well, in this case, investors, donors who have given money and are asking meaningful questions with, no, you don't get replies right now because this is the Charlie Kirk show, fam. Doesn't work this way, okay? Well, now you have to prove that you have the ability to be a...
Okay. How many... one of these days, I'm going to watch a clip of hers, and I'm just going to count all the okays for all of you. And just take a shot every time she says okay, and then see if you're not dead by the end of the clip. Because anyone that goes, okay, and I'm telling you about this, okay, and this is what happened, and she does this, okay, you just can't do that, okay? No, it's not okay, you dumb bitch. You can't keep fucking saying okay, and then it's okay. No, it isn't okay, okay? Anyone that keeps repeating the same thing over and over and over again to you is fucking full of shit. Take a note of that. If someone in their video has to say okay 50 times in the clip or the video, they are a fucking liar that is trying to convince you of their bullshit narrative, and you have to believe it. It isn't an open conversation of, I'm going to provide you some information, and then you go ahead and feel the way you want to feel after I'm done discussing this with you. It's, okay, you get this point, okay? Now I'm just telling you about this thing, and that's the deal, okay? Like a parent yelling at their kid and telling them, this is the deal, okay? Is fucking bullshit. And this fucking lying piece of shit does it 500 times a fucking show. That's a telltale sign of a goddamn liar. And that's what Candace Owens is. A lying, grifting piece of shit. And she does not deserve that. I don't know if she still has 5 million followers still or not. But she does not deserve the following base that she has. It's a bunch of dumb housewives who have nothing better to do with their time except watch true crime dramas on Netflix and whodunits and the bullshit that Candace Owens makes up in her own time and her stupid fucking book club. It's fucking pathetic. I think this might be a longer response because that one was only 29 cents.
I wasn't sure about Erica. I was waiting, kind of a situation for her to be in, obviously having lost her husband, becoming the CEO and the chairman of a company. It's just a lot of transition, and it's nice to wait for more information before you...
which you didn't do. Notice all the movements, and like she can't hold her shape. She can't stay... If you're, other than maybe some hand movements that I'm doing, if I'm serious, I'm looking at the camera, I'm engaged, I'm talking to you. I'm not going, so, well, on the show, I'm just going to say that this is me being full of shit. Watch body language. Watch what people do. Watch their mannerisms. when they're responding to something, and when this is her being disingenuous. Her body movements, and I didn't really know about Erica. We were just kind of waiting to find. This is all fake bullshit. When she's real, she's pissed, and the finger is going, and she's pointing, and then maybe there's like 50 more okays. I don't know.
Just make an assumption about somebody, and it maybe is not based in reality. Well, we are getting a lot more of Erica Kirk this week. I'll tell you that, because she has been doing the rounds in the media really over the last couple of weeks. And she just gave an interview live with Harris Faulkner on Fox News, where she finally addressed the quote unquote conspiracy theories. And I have to say this because it's true, but it completely
she does the conspiracy. I mean, she's the bullshit liar. And she's like, Erica talking about conspiracy theories or my bullshit.
Missed the mark for me. I am sorry. It just has.
It missed the mark for you. But by the way, some random asshole that calls her up and says he's ex-military, and he's on the run or something, or hiding. And but prior to that, he did accidentally just walk into a room where they were having a meeting where they were talking about the best way to assassinate Charlie Kirk. So Erica Kirk's statements missed the mark for her, but bullshit artists that call her and tell her, I was in a super secret installation, I was looking for the bathroom, and I walked into a room with no guards or anything, and there was just a circle of elitist reptilians, and they were talking about the best way to kill Charlie Kirk. And I was like, oh my goodness, wrong room. And I ran out of there, and now I'm on the run hiding for my life. This is the bullshit information Candace gets, and she takes it at fucking face value as a whistleblower, and then she goes on the air with it. But Erica Kirk's statements didn't hit the mark. I mean, the lying griftiness of this piece of shit. It will destroy us all. It will destroy our souls.
Is that she is now unmurkying the water in terms of her intentions with this massive political organization. That's good news, truly, because we knew Charlie, and now we are getting an opportunity to know Erica. Plus, later on in the show, it's Knives Out for Tucker Carlson. As always,
I thought you were best friends with Charlie. You didn't know his wife? Now we're getting to know Erica? How did you know Charlie without knowing his wife? So you guys hung out by yourselves? And Erica was never involved? A woman just hung out with another woman's husband, and it was all good, and you never once got to know who Erica was. You're like, oh my God, Erica? I don't even know how to spell Erica. Who's this person? Get the fuck out of here.
Trending right now because he has officially waded into the who thing with not just the American people worldwide.
So this was another, the bullshit clip goes on, and she goes on to say, Erica Kirk doesn't have the right to tell her that she can't criticize the company, and she will continue to do that. She will continue to ask questions, criticize TPUSA. It's a multi-million-dollar company, and and she has the right to do it. While simultaneously earlier on saying, if Erica asks me to stop, I'll stop, and I won't move forward with this bullshit miniseries that she's doing. So this is a classic and I'm going to kind of wrap up here. This is a classic narcissistic move. So basically, you bait and set a trap or a maze, if you will, and you're like Thanos. You are inevitable. It doesn't matter which route they take. It ends up bringing them to you, and you end up being the winner coming out of that scenario. So when you say, if I will keep going on with this miniseries until Erica Kirk reaches out to me, when she reaches out to me and asks me to stop, I will respect that and I will stop. So now the trap is set. If Erica Kirk directly contacts her, she gets to come out and say, I have been validated. Acknowledge me. I've been contacted by Erica Kirk, and she has responded to all my lies, garbage, and bullshit. And she has said she would, the stress of everything, she would really appreciate it if I would stop. So I'm going to go ahead to give in to her wishes. I will stop now. I am a benevolent God. And then she'll be able to walk away like undefeated, like an NBA player going into retirement. She will be able to walk away from that situation undefeated with a perfect score, because it will have validated everything she said, and Erica would have validated her by contacting her. And then she could say, I was on the right track, but because I'm such a wonderful person, I did the right thing for a grieving widow, and I stepped away from this situation. We will now move on to accusing other people from other countries of being transgender. Or the situation could come this way, where Erica indirectly responds to her without naming her and said, all of this needs to stop, I hate it, it's bad, and yada yada. In which case she's now able to turn that around and go, oh no, you don't get to play that game with me. We are going to continue to ask questions and continue to attack TPUSA. She's Thanos. Either way, she is inevitable. And the trap that's set is, she really was never willing to stop talking about it. She will never be willing to let it go. Now, if you're someone who is being genuine about saying he was your best friend, which I don't believe, some text messages back and forth laughing about music is not best friendism. But if you believe in that, there is nothing on this planet that will stop you from pursuing that situation until you literally hit a brick wall you can't get through, or you come up with the answers that you want. So a couple of things are happening for her. Her lie and her grift and the bullshit information that she's getting is getting her new subscribers. It is making her millions in ad revenue, donations, people joining and watching the show, and it's getting her validation. It's also getting everyone, myself included, to talk about her. Even bad publicity is still publicity. And she is getting that. Candace is coming out of everyone's mouths, whether they are defending her and saying, keep doing what you're doing, you go girl, or they're coming out and saying you're a lying, grifting piece of shit. So either way, she's getting what she wants. She's a narcissist, a liar, and a grifter, and they need to be in the limelight, they need to be spoken about, they need to be brought up. And it needs to keep going forever. And then they need to be able to come back and then respond to it with their own bullshit. And then bullshit all of their followers as well. The grifter wars will not end until TPUSA is boycotted and they lose all of their money and everything, and Erica is forced to go away, and they are forced to stop as a company, as a business in whatever they do. Candace's grift won't stop until she loses all of her followers and no one follows her bullshit anymore. So in order to stop her, to stop Thanos here, you have to get the glove off. So in order to get the glove off, she has to face a massive defeat, like an Endgame. The two armies have to collide, and she has to face a massive defeat. She has to lose in the Macron case. She cannot be able to walk away from that with an excuse or a plausible deniability, where they talked it out in court. Everyone decided it was going to be too much for everybody. So I feel like I was on the right track, but I'm going to go ahead and let the story go. And then she gets away with it. Again, walking away, the NBA player walking away with the perfect game and then retiring on that. She needs to lose wholeheartedly. And I hate the Macrons, but they need to defeat her. And the grift that's going on with the Charlie Kirk TPUSA situation. Now, apparently TPUSA is supposed to do a live event on is it like the 15th of this month? Maybe it's coming up next week. If I can try and live stream that or do something, I will. They're supposed to go live and like fact check and debunk and answer everything that Candace has been saying and doing. And they're supposed to be allegedly transparent to everyone about this whole situation in an attempt to put all this to rest. I doubt that's going to be successful. The grift wars will continue past that point, I believe. But politically, she needs to be destroyed. If not, She will go into her like grifting narcissistic cave somewhere. She will regenerate like Godzilla. And then she will come back out, and she will be once again perhaps even more powerful, and have the ability to destroy planets and potentially worlds. So the grifter wars are here, everyone, and we are trapped within them, and very possibly we will be annihilated by them. But if these two women are not stopped politically, I believe it is the end of potentially our entire universe. So, on that note, I'm going to bring this to an end. The liars and grifters that are making millions off suckering the general public when there are actual real problems that we need to address. To you two ladies, I salute you. I could not achieve a level of lies, manipulation, and narcissism that these two women are capable of and are able to maintain. And my proverbial hat is off to the both of them. The grifter wars have begun, and they will continue, and we'll see if these two women do not destroy each other utterly and completely. All right, everyone, that's the show and the update today. I'm back to the grind because I'm regular old Joey Bag of Donuts. I don't have $1 million company that I can dab my one eye and cry about my lost husband and then go hang out in a yacht in my spare time. I don't have any of that, so I got to strap my my steel toe boots on, and I got to go to work because I'm just a regular old asshole. All right, thanks everyone. Like, share, subscribe, like and subscribe to the show. Let's try and get that viewer count out, and maybe we'll have the power to fight the grifters. If you join with me and give me a gauntlet of my own, I shall fight the grifters for you. Thanks, everyone. Happy Thursday, and let's get to the weekend.